In today's equity index futures markets, let's check in on the NASDAQ futures today as we're realizing a nice move higher. Once again today, we're seeing the NASDAQ futures now up for a ninth consecutive session. And with today's price action, we're again pushing up to new all-time highs. Currently right around the 12,597 level, so just shy of the 12,600 level with today's price action. But nonetheless, again, the NASDAQ future is really outpacing all the other major equity index futures markets today. And when you look at some of the factors playing into why I think we're seeing this strength today, I think you got to look at some of the leadership names or the big tech names leading the way. Apple, Facebook, and Tesla all stronger today. I think that's why we're seeing those NASDAQ futures having a nice move higher. Couple that with the news surrounding the vaccine, I think is still a positive trend. And the federal government appears to have been able to find some funding, at least for the next couple of weeks. And I think, again, the market's taking some cues from that as well. Looking at some of the trends in place, I do want to point out, as we see the NASDAQ futures having this strong session, we did see the Dow futures and the S&P futures actually lower on the session. The Dow was the weaker performer today, down about 50 basis points or 0.5%. The S&P futures down about 25 basis points or 0.25% today, so not giving up too much ground, coming off the lows late in the session. And the Russell futures basically closing unchanged on the day. But as I told you, and as I'm pointing out here today, we're seeing those NASDAQ futures really having a nice move higher here today and closing up for a ninth consecutive session.